Happy Friday evening, everybody. It's Zach Kidd, real estate agent, realtor in Clearwater, Florida, doing a live stream Thursday nights at 6 p.m. I've got a short video ready to post up on YouTube for tomorrow afternoon at roughly 3 p.m. It's a really super high-end, expensive property, and my drone work was pretty darn good. GoPro, not so good. So yeah, but I'm looking forward to it. The edit was just nightmarish because it just took forever to get the GoPro to look even passable, and I hate that because I like to produce good quality work. So anyhow, just chilling out here tonight. Let's go over to here and pop this up. You can chat from wherever you're at. So if you're watching on Rumble or YouTube or Facebook or wherever, just drop a comment and it'll pop up here. And if it's a good one, I'll put you up on the stream and we can talk about it. Speaking of talk about it, live every day like it's Taco Tuesday, drinking my evening tea out of my new, it's actually a coffee cup, from one of my fellow FHR agents. I'll want that recap. There we go, and pop that back up. If y'all want that recap on how commissions work now, as opposed to how they used to work, drop it in the chat. I'm happy to talk about it. Taco about it. And pizza. Pizza was in that one too. I can't have either of those things right now. Got a little funny thing going on, and I think the VA is just waiting on the autopsy to figure out what's wrong with me. So I don't really know. It's been going on forever too, and I'm so sick of it, but that's okay. I don't have much of a choice, do I? Anyhow, yeah. So let's talk about it. That is so good. Earl Grey tea, Earl Grey, hot. Yes, with a touch of honey, because, I like my stuff a little on the sweet side. See, it's the only good stuff I get. So anyhow, but yeah, there's been quite a few things going on this week. I was hoping to have a guest on tonight. That didn't come together, and I'm still, I'm struggling to have with this technical glitch. So if anybody wants to volunteer to help me out with my technical glitch, I need an hour or two of your time randomly to hop on what's essentially a Zoom room to try and work through an audio problem. As far as I'm concerned, everything should be working great right now. It's when I bring a guest in that it gets kind of complicated, because I can hear the guest and they can hear me. And then I've got, my memes and clips and sound effects that I can hear, but my guest can't. So I can switch it up to where my guest can hear all of that stuff, but that's no fun for me. I want in on the fun, right? These are my memes and clips. They make me laugh. So there's a very complicated way to make it happen, and I just have to play with it. And in order to do that, I need somebody on the other side to be able to tell me if it's working or not. So if you want to do that, hit me up. My contact info is out here all over the place. But let's see, do I have that on this page? No, not there. I'm telling you, it's been a minute since I've been on here, and for that I apologize. I lost my fluid use of all of this, and it's very frustrating because I like to have my stuff look good. Oh, there we go. Second work. Yeah, there you go. You can find me on YouTube over at Zach Kidd Agent. That's ZACHKIDD. But yeah. Anyhow, again, chat's open. Feel free to chat from wherever you're at. And let's dig into some decent content here. That did turn off on its own. Haha, see, I'm getting better at this. Didn't say I'm getting good at it, but I'm getting better at it. So part of what we were going to talk about tonight is how the market has changed a little bit in the past month, trends that we've been seeing, and how that affects both buyer and seller experiences. So what I want to do here is bring up, if it'll do it. No, of course not, because I got to click on it first. There we go. Yeah, see, that shows now. This is the Sun stats. They're always a month behind, so they haven't published for August yet, I don't think. Yeah, it's still July of 2024. But what we're seeing is what's been termed a slowdown. And that's cool. I mean, we kind of, it's kind of like being a Floridian and you go outside and you go, man, it's going to rain in about 15 minutes. Live here long enough. You don't need the weatherman to tell you when it's going to rain. And by the way, if you're looking for the best weatherman around, that's Dennis Phillips. I don't get me wrong. I got a lot of love for some of these other ones. But it's hurricane season. Got to love some Dennis Phillips during hurricane season. Anyhow, another sip here. I'm a recluse. I don't talk much anymore. But so, looking at the trend of these stats here, you would think with the market slowdown that we've been seeing that, and honestly, like the condo market has slowed incredibly, and that's understandable. I'm going to come back to that in a minute. But this stat right here is for all of the property, this is just single family homes all over the Tampa Bay area. And if you look, I mean, at the fastest, it's actually May 22nd or May of 2022. It was selling in 40 days, which was still kind of holding steady. But it's funny because if you look at the numbers over here on the left, that's 2020. Like this little spike here at around 70 days, that's the hot point of 2020. So, there's the overriding mentality of back then. You didn't even have to put a sign in the yard. You just post it on the MLS and poof, it was going to sell. You'd have multiple offers. And there was a lot of truth to that because this is median time to sale. So, it slowed a little bit. Like January of 2024, we got over, looks like maybe 85 days. I'm not going crazy looking. 88 days. There we go. 81 and 88 days. But median time to sale is still under 3 months. And that's for single family homes in the Tampa Bay area. That's still fast. Balanced market is 6 months. That's when, it's not really a buyer's market. It's not really a seller's market. That's what's considered typical, but whatever. But yeah, I mean, we've seen some slowing from 60 days down to 68, 71 days. But yeah, it's not that crazy. So let's go over and look at townhomes and townhouses and condos. Secondary thing here. And yeah, I mean, time frame, there you go. March 2020, 65 days median time to sale. Surprisingly, later in 2020, it dropped down to about 61 days. But 2021, 45 days, and looks like the low point was 41 days in 2022. That's crazy. That's a month. On the other hand, like the stats have classically shown that condo sales, more than 50% of condo sales are done in cash. So a shorter close time on a cash deal makes quite a bit of sense. But if we come over here to February of 2024, it was up over 102 days. A lot of these places aren't financeable right now, or if they are, you got to jump through some extra hoops, and that takes more time. But July 2024, 87 days, that's not bad. So let me pull this back over to, nope, not median time to sale. Let's go where's the good stuff here? I like cash sales because that's always good. Median time to contract. Oh, look at that. 6 days in May of 2021, but shocker, what we consider to be the fast point, like June of 2020, you can see this downward trend here. But, June, July, August, September of 2020, it was still over 22 days for townhouses and condos to go under contract. The feeding frenzy was May of 2021 through July of 2022. That's just insane, 7 days to contract. But now we're seeing a trend way back up. It's closer to 47 days, which that's actually on par with what January 2020 was. So it feels slower. There's a tad more inventory on the market. Let's take a look at that real quick. And yes, I should really do this on a stats day, but I'm not going to. Active inventory. And again, we're doing all of Tampa Bay area, townhouses and condos. See, we've got more inventory. But that's that's cool. Like there's more places up for sale. So your time to contract, it's bigger pond with more fish. It's going to take you a little bit longer to get eaten out there, So it's, it's still slower, but it's not crazy slow. It hasn't fallen off a cliff. Active inventory for single family homes. Yeah, there wasn't much going, like there was nothing, 2,700 homes in February of 2022. So that was driving those really fast, and this, we're back to single family. That was driving those faster times. Right now though, we've got over 11,500 homes in the Tampa Bay area that are up for sale. So naturally, it's a bigger pond with more fish in it. It's going to take longer for a bigger fish to swim by and say, I want that. That's all there is to it. So in all of this, we've seen it slow down a bit. I mean, this is a trend. It's not, it's not a hockey stick here. And that's actually a good thing. Again, all of this could change in, the next couple of months. Let's flip over to Pinellas County because I'm not going to Tampa. Look, if you want me to sell like a $5 million property in Tampa, I'll consider going to Tampa. But other than that, I don't want to go to Tampa. There's a section of Tampa that is an hour away from Tampa. I don't want to go to Tampa. It's just not me, man. There we go. Chat from where you're at if you're watching online. You can drop a comment and it'll pop up here. And if it's a good one, I'll put you up. I honestly can't even see my viewer stats, so I'm just talking to nobody, and that's cool, man. But yeah, I mean, active inventory for Pinellas County, that's up to over 3,000 homes as of July. Again, this is not a hockey stick. Average sale price. Sorry, I gotta do a little scroll, but it comes up actually viewable on your side. Look at that. Average sales prices have trended up. It's nudged down a tiny bit. Again, this is a month and a half, 2 months ago, but I mean, we're still kind of trending up a little bit here. And if you notice, like it trended down for a little bit, but then it trended back up. Same thing here. I don't know what to tell you, but if you're looking to sell your house, this is because this is houses. Yeah, this is single family homes. Yeah. Yeah. If you're looking to sell your house, understand it's going to take a little bit longer right now. 4 months would be reasonable to get a contract. If you're not getting offers, say 2 to 3 months in, you need to start looking at your value proposition. And for a lot of agents, they'll swear that's the price point. Maybe it just doesn't show well. Maybe it smells of dog. I don't know. There's a bunch of uglies that can kill those kind of things. One of my famous ones that I like to talk about, and unfortunately I don't have the example queued up right now. I need to. But I had an agent in a completely different state even, and they had one of those big power pylons in the backyard. And it was a very high-end property, especially for that area. And you couldn't see the electrical pylon in any of the photos. So they were getting a lot of traffic on, open houses and showings and that sort of thing, and nobody would bite. And the agent, she was a little bit distressed about it. And I said, look, the problem is people are not self-selecting themselves out of this process. They're getting there, they're seeing the electrical pylon in the backyard and going, ugh. I said, so instead of hiding it and waiting for people to show up and go, oh God, why did you hide that? Show it on picture number 2. Picture number 1 has to be outside front. That's pretty much on all MLSs, unless it's waterfront, in which case you can show the outside from the water. Photo number 2 or photo number 3, and I'm big on photo sequencing correctly, because, nobody's going to get through 15 pictures on your Tinder profile to find out, hey, you're not actually a bad looking dude. Now, that should be your first couple of pictures. If you want to show your geeky hobby on picture number 5, that's cool, man. But like picture number 1 and 2 should make you look good. And same thing goes with, when you're doing real estate. Those first few pictures should be your jaw droppers. Unless you have an ugly you can't get rid of. And in this case, that power pylon was an ugly she couldn't get rid of. So I said, photo 2, maybe photo 3, you don't want to bury it. You want it up front. Show that in the backyard, hey, it's out there. Now, that being said, not everybody's got my personality, and I get that. I said I have a sense of humor about it. Go out there, do a video, and go, I love Paris. You know, something like that. Just make fun of the fact that it's in the backyard. Because the people that it matters to, they're not, it doesn't matter if they get in the house first and then see it, or if they see it online first and go, oh, that's not for me. I'm worried about, radiation, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. Like, don't show up. But if they see that online first, then you don't have to worry about it. You're not going to get a whole bunch of traffic, but the traffic you do get is going to be really high quality because they've already seen it. They could not have not seen it. It was photo number 2 or photo number 3. It was there. It was out there. And they come in and they go, that's not so bad. I think I could deal with that. And because, got to have this kind of come to a better conclusion here. It was a $2 million property in, I want to say South Carolina, something like that. So, I mean, we're talking, it was super high end out there. And they'd had quite a bit of traffic, but after she changed the photos up, they got 3 showings. Of those 3, 2 wrote offers, and they accepted one and sold the place within a month. And she said it was super scary to go from 15, 20 showings a week. And this is back when it was, a hot market all over the place, down to 2 or 3. But it worked. And it's having that different mentality. So when I say, you need to evaluate your property for its value, there's different strategies on this. What you will hear from, I'm going to say about 80% of the real estate agents out there is it's always price. It's not always price. It's value. Nobody minds paying the $250,000 for a Ferrari because the value is there. Same thing with a Mercedes. Same thing with a Lexus. The value is there. So therefore the price is the price. When you get into the lower end, believe it or not, and this is a statistic that is borne out, the closer you try and make it to a lower end price point, the more haggling goes on. The more people want to bicker over the price, and they want to hold up, and they want to kick tires and make sure that they've got the right deal, and on and on and on. The reality is, if you can justify raising your price a little bit, you'll actually do better. People find a reason, and if it's underpriced, they're going to find a reason not to buy it. If it's overpriced, you're going to go, why? And this is a light touch, used sparingly, not for everybody. Depends on the circumstances. But if it's a completely retail ready property, it's beautiful, it's done right, it's staged, you're doing everything the right way, you can probably get away with bumping the price a little bit higher to justify that value. But yeah, don't just cut price willy-nilly. There's a bunch of other factors at play there. So anyhow, we're seeing trends that are pulling down a little bit, but the pullback right now, at least what's showing today, might be a little bit different, another 2 weeks when the stats come out for August. But yeah, I mean, you're still median time to contract 29 days. That's not even a month. Obviously our fastest time was 5 days, March 2022, 6 days, April 2021. Feeding frenzy in 2020, 19 days. So 2021, 2022, that it was jamming under the highest point there was 11 days. And the lowest point since then has been 11 days in July of 2023. So now we're back up to 29 days. So that's from the time you stick a sign in the yard and say, hey, we want to sell this. Most places are going under contract in under a month. If it's taking longer than that, again, this is an average kind of scenario. If it takes 35, even 40 days, that's still a win. If it's taking you longer than that, you really need to take a step back and consider what you're doing, how and why. And a big part of that is what agent you're working with. That's so good. Anyhow, the agent you work with, that would be the listing agent working with the seller, it's going to make a huge difference because as somebody who works on both sides of the table, working with buyers, this NAR settlement has, oh my Lord, like, the craziness we are seeing out of other agents and brokerages it's crazy. There's no way to describe this. So without going into really crazy detail, and I'm going to recap my let's talk about it. When I go to list a property as a listing agent, back in the day, I would say, okay, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I'm charging you 6 tacos to sell this place. Of those 6 tacos, I am willing to share 3 of them with the buyer's agent. So I get fed and they get fed. Cool. Now that's 6 tacos plus the property price of, let's say, $500,000 and plus 6 tacos. Cool, man. Like, that was a financeable amount. So the buyer would get financing for $500,000 plus the 6 tacos. Sweet. All right, great. That was how all the deals were written. Can you justify the property value and all the add-on charges? Yes. Okay, cool. Occasionally you would see, well, it wasn't quite so occasionally, but you would see when properties didn't appraise, then you had to sharpen your pencil and come up with something a little bit different. And then, like if I'm the listing agent and I said, look, I got a few buyers who might be interested in this. Tell you what, if there's another agent out there, we're going to do the 6 tacos. I'm going to give away 3. Everybody's happy. If I bring the buyer, look, I don't need to get super fat off of this. I'll knock it down to 5 tacos or even 4 tacos. Cool. Save you a little bit of money in the long run. That was what was referred to as dual variable compensation. Nice little term there. But at the end of the day, that's how it worked. It was all still financed in. Bob's your uncle. It's not a problem. With the NAR settlement, to make things more transparent, nobody knows what's going on. So now you've got agents out there who are still on the listing side throwing in their 6 tacos. And then when a buyer's agent shows up, they're like, how many tacos do you want? Well, but aren't you offering any? Well, but no, tell me what you want. All right, fine. I want 3 tacos. Well, I can't do that. All right. Well, we've got this, going to use the term, even though it could be considered pejorative or, bad anymore. I don't really care. There was something referred to as a Chinese wall where I can't see your contract and you can't see mine. But now listing agents, in their vast wisdom, a lot of them are out there screaming, you have to show me your buyer brokerage agreement. Tell you what, you show me your listing agreement. Oh, I can't do that. Well, exactly. These are our agreements. There's a Chinese wall there. So either you're offering the 3 tacos or you're offering 2 tacos and my buyer has to be able to feed me an extra taco, or, we can work that out. There's a way to do this, but there's just so much confusion. So we've got a market that's slowing a little. We've got listing agents, buyer's agents who are just trying to work through this process, and it's kind of going like the Kool-Aid man right now. We're just trying to bust through the wall, and sometimes it doesn't work out so good. It's confusing for people. Even if it's done well and done right, still kind of confusing. I'm very fortunate that my broker took a lot of extra time and effort and research and thought and put it together in a very comprehensive, understandable way in a video series with the associated paperwork. So all of the agents in Future Home Realty know how to do this and do it correctly. That doesn't mean who we're dealing with has any idea what the heck they're doing. Yeah, sign of the times. Anyhow, so that's slowing things down quite a bit too. There's a multitude of reasons. Number one, sellers aren't offering any compensation. Well, I don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to, but it's kind of like you're paying everybody to not come to your property. That's not going to work very well. Or if they've gotten the memo that, hey, I probably should, then the agents are dropping the ball. It's its own mess. So we've got that coming down. That's going to slow things down a little bit. I think when we get into October and we see September's numbers, we're going to see a little bit more of a hockey stick there. But, the flip side of this is it has slowed quite a bit, or at least there's the perception that it has. But the good news is interest rates have come down. I don't have the data on that right in front of me. And it depends on, which lender you go to. That's why I was going to have one of my lenders on tonight. And she was on this, which is good. But yeah, it's very, like those interest rates drop, that buyer interest peaks, price points are still kind of high, but people are panicking because it's on the market for, a month and they're not getting showings or offers. Of course not. The perception is that things are on the high side of pricing. It's going to be a little bit better with the lower interest rates where more people will be willing to pull the trigger on deals. But we've got the other big elephant in the room right now, which people are freaking out about. And of course, the media plays into that a ton, and that's the election coming up. You would not believe the BS I've heard swirling around about, if this happens, then this is going to happen. Oh, the sky is falling, and this is the only way it can go. And like they're supposed to have the Federal Reserve is talking about doing a rate cut. Nobody's doing anything until the dust settles, like in December, and then you've got Christmas, so nobody's doing anything then either. Things aren't going to shake out. These processes aren't going to get fluid until probably January or February. Then you get the inauguration, whatever's going on. And no, I'm not commenting on it, but that's how it's going to be. There's every election cycle we see uncertainty and people saying, "Man, I don't know. Maybe I should hold off and we'll see what happens with the election." My guy doesn't win. I'm moving to a different country. Fine, whatever. Maybe that opens things up on the market a little bit more. I don't know. I'm one of those that I try and find the good in any situation. Oh, wait. Yes, I've got that as a meme.
You see, as king, you must find the good in any situation.
Right. Yeah. So anyhow, yeah, it's a thing. I think ideally this is a good time to have a proving ground for what processes are coming down, what the market kind of feels like, and being able to adapt to that. Those agencies started in 2020 when things were just on fire. A lot of them are freaking out right now because properties are taking 2 to 3 months to sell, and that's a major freak out for a lot of people. Reality is that's not unusual. That's still pretty fast. And like the condo market, that's taken some really bad hits. That's not going to get better anytime soon. Probably another 2 years before that settles down. And the value is just holding steady, which with inflation, it's kind of dropping a little, but that's why we've got a lot of condos are out there being sold. There's all sorts of messes right now, between the structural integrity reserve studies for condos. Their insurance has gone through the roof, no pun intended. Waterfront properties or anything waterfront adjacent or near or could potentially, anything in those low-lying areas, flood zones, whatever, that insurance has gone insane. We've seen a bunch of that stuff on the news. It is what it is. They need to sell, so we're going to see more of them on the market. They're going to take longer to sell because anybody who wants to buy it is looking at what the insurance price is going to be, and that's ridiculous. Not a lot of cash buyers are going to come in and say, "I want that, and I'm not going to carry insurance." No. So the things are changing, and it's going to get a little tighter. Good news for buyers. Interest rates have dropped a little bit. That means these places you have a better affordability on some of these places. It's just going to get a little better for the time being. It's going to take 6 months before any of this stuff really shakes out and we can say with any amount of confidence, hey, this is what we see is going. This is how we think it's going to play out, and be able to do that with any level of confidence. Right now, it's just a magic 8-ball. Shake it up and see whatever it says. You might be right. You might not be. If you are, then you look like a genius. If you're not, people forget about you next week, except for me, because I'm a jerk like that. I was going to say I'm an asshole. I'm going to come back to that in a second. Tea is delicious. anyhow, speaking of Asholays, I think that was a Dennis Leary reference. So I had a buddy of mine, actually my very first client, really awesome dude. Also a vet. He's an Army vet. It's okay. I'll still hang out with the window lickers. Love you anyway. But anyhow, he had a doctor's appointment at the VA over in Tampa. Wife had to pick the kids up from school. Conflict of time. I'm like, yeah, what the heck, dude? I'll come get you. So you got us two old broken military vets, you know, sitting out there going, da, 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 which is great. But while I was sitting in the waiting room, they've got this big banner. I've got a picture of it that I'm not prepared to put up on screen right this second. But it said, you know, it's not supposed to be a harassing environment, and foul language would be considered harassment. I'm like, at the VA, do you not know the people you serve? Did this not click with you? Like that is your core audience, are people who can cuss for a half hour straight and not repeat themselves. That's just how we are. I try to be clean enough that YouTube will be like, it's fine. He only said something kind of bad and it was after the first 30 seconds. Cool, fine, whatever. This is a very censored version of what goes on in the brain. But so yeah, I saw that. I had to take a picture, underlined it, I posted it up several places. But yeah, that was like, you've got to be kidding me. Do you know who your core audience is? And y'all need to suck it up a little bit, because these are literally the people that you were dealing with, or the people who can cuss for half an hour and, you know, whatever. And like our standard greeting would be considered very, very rude in civilian standards, but that's how we say I love you in veteran. So yeah, it is what it is. But you know, so there was that one. And then like just a few days before that, I was shocked to see this one. And I was really disappointed to see this. It was a veteran who was having a mental health crisis moment, and had called the crisis number 988, and then you press 1 if you're a veteran, and they get you into the veteran queue. And I guess they got through pretty quickly, which, hey, kudos there. They didn't call, you know, answer and say, hey, hold please. You know, they didn't do that. But apparently the first words out of their mouth was, you know, I'm having a really bad fucking night. And they hung up on her. Because you can't cuss. And it's like, again, you went to the veteran line. Like, the veteran line should just have the full body armor of, look, it's another word. I'm just going to treat it like chair and not care. But yeah, apparently suicide, see, that one might get me flagged, but yeah, the mental health crisis line hung up on a veteran on the veteran line because they cussed. So yeah, that was classic. And I'm like, you know, what happened to, like, I'm a normal dude from 20 years ago is what it comes down to. I'm like, whatever happened to the ability to just say stuff? Like, you know, the news can say certain words, but any social platform, and that gets you automatically muted or banned or whatever. And I'm like, really? Because these are actual issues. We're talking about the hotline. You'd think I could use the term. I don't know. It's crazy. Hey, look, nobody's in chat. What's going on with that, man? Let's do the chat box. We'll close out the browser here for a second. See? No chat. Come on. Somebody pop in here and say something to me. Even tell me to shut up. I'm fine with that. I'm supposed to do, like, for my stats, I'm supposed to do an hour long one of these. And I'm like, I just can't talk. I can talk to myself for an hour. I'm good at that. So anyhow, yeah, the whole, you know, veteran thing, it's so disheartening to know that my fellow vets are out there dealing with crazy stuff, and they're getting told, oh, don't cuss. How dare you do that? Oh, well, we can't deal with you if you cuss. Really? I mean, like, you know who your clients are. Look, if you're dealing with a bunch of preachers or something, all right, fine. Like, that would be the exception to the rule. Just tell them not to talk about Jesus or whatever like that. Yeah. You know, how you doing today? Oh, well, God's blessed me. That's fine. But you show up as a veteran and, you know, how you doing? Oh, I really hurt today. And, you know, not feeling too hot, but you use veteran terms. I know they kick you out. That's stupid stuff. You know what I got to say about that? Yeah, it's A10, baby. Love it. So just, yeah, gotta have a little bit of fun. Anyhow, so yeah, that's my two good ones. It really aggravates me. The stats, like I said, they'll update soon. We'll see what the Federal Reserve does. I got a bunch of other topics that I want to hit that I'm set up. If I can do my preparation earlier in the week, I can do a much better presentation here and now. I just haven't been feeling up to it. So for that, I apologize. I wish I could do more. I wish I could be better. But I'm still here. And that's the important part, right? Yep, 37 minutes. Oh, wait, hey, you know what? I love this. This is so cool. So y'all may see me down here poking at stuff or looking at something. It's actually my iPad, and I'm going to turn it around and show the camera because, people just don't know that. Why am I doing that the hard way? There. Oh, okay. And then we'll go back, and now you can see full screen. This is a nice little program called Touch Portal, and it allows me to control my stream and do all sorts of cool stuff. And if you saw, it actually shows me 1 frame per second what my live stream looks like. And, if I've got any lag or any problems like that, it shows me there too. So I like being able to pop down here, take a look at things, and you go, oh yeah, I got all my controls right here too. But let's see. I really do need to have like a commercial. Like that would be a good thing. Yeah, here we go. Let's do this one. Oh, or do I want to do... Yeah, I'm going to do this one.
You're listening to KIDD Radio, the real estate game with the pirate name.
I have way too much fun with these goofy things. But yeah, so I'll be doing better and better stuff. This is, I did one last Thursday. I'm doing it this Thursday. I got my little flyer I can put out there that it's like 1 minute and 3 seconds. Thank you, Canva. So I can't post it up on platforms that say, oh, it's over a minute. Stupid stuff. But, give me a little bit more time to build this. So the problem for me is right now, there are days that I feel okay. There's other days where I'm not worth taking out back and disposing of. See, yeah, there we go. Social media had all of this potential, and now, nope, can't say anything. It's terrible, I tell you. So, anyhow, I'm committing to it. Every Thursday night, 6 p.m., I'm going to go live. I'll chat about whatever we can. There we go. Y'all hop in, drop me a comment in the chat if you get any questions about the real estate market out here. I love being able to build this, and it looks so cool, doesn't it? Like, look at that. That's so cool. But yeah, it's at least to me. I try to find the good in everything, and I try to have fun with stuff, and I don't think that those things are contraindicated by professionalism. You can be incredibly professional and have a good time, or maybe not necessarily look the part, and still be really awesome at what you do. And I think a lot of people gloss over that as a thing, oh, hey, he's not wearing a blazer. No, it's Florida. Like, you're going to spontaneously combust. Hey, there's the throwback to the 70s for you, early 80s, on the next Unsolved Mysteries. So, but yeah, a lot of this stuff I love to talk about right now. I don't have a whole heck of a lot that I can, and that's okay. I'll do better next week, but I'm committing to, even if it's a very short form video, I'm committing to YouTube videos, posting up every Friday, and doing a live stream for an hour. As pathetic as it seems to be sitting here talking to nobody, but do a live stream for an hour every Thursday night at 6 p.m. It's kind of hard, but I think I can do it. Kind of have fun with that. So let me pop over here real quick and see if I do have... yeah. Oh, yes. And for those of you who are like even bothering to watch this, I pulled the trigger today and upgraded to DaVinci Resolve 19.1, I think it is. And yeah, that took forever to set up. So I should be on the better stuff now. I haven't played with it at all. I just haven't. Let's see. Do I have anything there? No. Okay. Well, we'll do that. No, we don't care about that right now. Nope, don't care about that. Nope, that's outdated. Yeah, that was some good ones, but all my stuff now is outdated. I hate it. I just got to go back in and do some more here. The good news is I am set up to do a whole lot more, and that's wonderful. Yeah, that one was cool too. When was that supposed to be? Can't tell, it's so small on the screen. Oh yeah, that was too long ago to be anything relevant. So yeah, I'm kind of need to do my preparation a little bit better. But you know what? While I'm sitting right here, let me pop over and see when the stats drop. I think it's next week. Y'all don't need to be looking at my calendar, but you could go over and look at my website. I'd appreciate that. It's zackkidd.com. Oh, no. Go back here. And I do have the ability now. You can book a Zoom call with me through there. It's actually Google Meet, but whatever. And it's already tied into my calendar. So if I'm not available, you won't see me as available. It's good stuff. Yeah, live stream. Market statistics drop the 19th of September. Ooh, man, that seems like a long time away. Okay, blah, blah, blah. That's nice. Don't care. Oh, I can talk about that here in a second. Anything here? Oh, sweet. Okay. Another investor type reaching out to me. Hey, you got any distressed homes for sale? Please, look, if your house is ugly or it stinks or you're missing a wall or something, please give me a call. I got tons of people who want to buy those. I do have one guy that I typically trust. I've got a second guy that I trust. I got a few others that are good resources, but I've got like 15 in the queue like, hey, give me something. Dude, there's not much right now. But yeah, I mean, look, there's good opportunities. And if you want a more, if you want a fast sale, that's easy. I got people for that. If you want to get more money out of it, I got a couple of different strategies for that too, that do not require money out of pocket. You don't have to do anything too crazy. There's really some phenomenal programs out there anymore, and it blows my mind that even though I'm active in the industry and I try to be very well informed, there's a lot of people who have no clue about any of this stuff, and I kind of feel like that's my job doing this, is to be able to tell you about these things. So why don't we do this? Because I'm 45 minutes in and nobody will ever make it to this. 2, 3. No, definitely not rocket. There we go. Let's take a look at that. So this is the FHA 203K program. VA loans have purchase and renovation. There's a conventional one. I've got one lender that they do a ton of these, which is great. But these are basically purchase and renovation programs. So if your house is ugly or has problems, or could use a little spruce up, or maybe the buyer just like, hey, you got a huge yard, I want to put a pool in. There you go. You can do that. So even if you don't think your property is quite as valuable without having some of these things done, to a buyer who's using a 203K style program, yeah, your house is still a complete win. Happiness is. So don't sell your house. If you're selling a property, don't sell it short. Like, you can be missing a kitchen and go, oh man, like that, like we don't have enough money to finish the kitchen. We don't know, like nobody's going to want to buy this as a retail property. Yeah, I know exactly how to put this kind of a scenario together for you. It's a handy tool in the toolbox. So don't be shy about what you got. If your property is, God, we've had so much lightning the past week. If you've got storm damage, like lightning blew a hole in your roof and water flooded your living room, and you don't know what to do, and like insurance is dragging their feet, and you're going to be out on the street, give me a call. I got people who will make that situation a whole heck of a lot better for you. At least you won't be out on the street. And there's buyers out there who are like, dude, we can put on a roof as long as it's financed in. We're good. Yeah, we can clean up the water damage too. Why not? So, really good things to consider. I like high retail properties. I like distressed properties too. There's something fun about both of them. So, speaking of high retail properties, the video that's dropping tomorrow is of a penthouse out on Clearwater Beach. Oh yeah, it's pretty. Really disappointed that my GoPro didn't do it justice. That's what I get for trying to use a GoPro inside. But in all fairness, I didn't bring the good rig because I didn't want to walk through, as far as I did in Clearwater Beach. Like, I was toting my normal backpack with my good, like, I have my drone and I had all the and I was like, oh my god, I cannot bring the gimbal and the good camera. It was just too much. So I think I might have to reach out to that listing agent, see if I can get in there with the good stuff though, because I really want to do it justice. But anyhow, let's see, how are we at on time? Look, nothing in chat. Man, I hate this. I'm at the unpopular kids table. I don't care. I'm still out here doing it. There's a lot of people too scared to do this. They are freaked out by doing a live. Like, what? You're just having a conversation. Like, when you look at it, you're having a conversation when ain't nobody listening. Perfect. You literally can't, like, you can screw up, but you can't screw up that bad. Like I said, the banned words, that's the problem. And, playing music that'll get you banned or something like that. Which, for me, that is so incredibly frustrating. Some of these things are relevant and do fall under Creative Commons. Yeah, no, they don't like that. You suck. So, anyhow, let's see. What are we doing here? Streaming for 45 minutes already. Wow, man. I don't know. This is so hard to, like, stretch for time. But, yeah. On the other hand, I'm kind of just here to have fun and talk shop. So, let's see. I've covered the veteran stuff. Y'all go, like, if anybody's bothering to watch this, even, later on, go over and check out Pinellas County Animal Services. There's a few of them out there right now that are doing the clear the shelters thing. There's a lot of adoptable animals, and they need good homes. So adopt, don't shop. And some of them are so cute. I wish I could bring them all home. But, please. And if you can't, then volunteer. Like, if you can't adopt, then foster. If you can't foster, then, volunteer. If you can't do that, try and donate. And if nothing else, go follow their page and share. Somebody out there can. And that's what I try and do. I'm a huge, I love my dog. I like my dog more than most people. Fair. Right? Like, have you met people? Like, some of them are woo-hoo. So yeah, of course I like my dog. She gets sassy too, though. Especially when it's feeding time. Oh, Dad, I'm on food. Yes, dear. I got you, Dory. So, but anyhow, so yeah, we covered that. Let's see. I've got that listing video that's coming out tomorrow. It's not my listing. It's they're two agents that are co-listing it. They were just kind enough to have a broker open house. I somehow finagled my way into there, and I'm like, hey, can I bring my cameras? They're like, yeah, please do. Sweet. So that's what we did. Unfortunately, on the day of, I was going to do like drone work. Like, I had the microphone set up so the listing agent could like stand out on this incredible penthouse balcony, and we could do like this glorious pullback shot while she was talking. And it would look epic. And no, major rainstorm came through. I'm like, I am not putting my drone up in this rainstorm. So, I mean, at the time, it was just starting to drizzle. I'm like, can I get away with it? Better not. I'm glad I didn't. But went out the next day, or maybe it was the day after. Got some good fair weather footage. Gorgeous shots. So, but for me, that's fun. I love to do this kind of stuff. As much as I don't like people, I do like to connect with individuals. Nope, not there. Back. Yeah, let's go this way. I don't think it's there. I think I gotta go the other way around. See, I got so many memes and clips in here that it's just gonna take me forever to find stuff. Oh Lord. Anyhow, where did that one go? So I'm queued up for it. No. Here we go. Yeah, so another one that I went to was a beautiful open house up in Palm Harbor. Took me a second there. Got another funny about Palm Harbor. Actually, let me tell you the funny about the one in Palm Harbor. Technically it was not Palm Harbor. It was a luxury property in Clearwater. The nice section of Clearwater. I'm not going to mention where, but it was schwanky. House was, yeah. It was, the asking price is pretty much the price, although I wouldn't have paid that for that. But it was ultra modern. Let me tell you, the seller, if that seller was my client, I don't know if I would have taken the listing. Just so snarky. And I'm like, for what? I'm trying to give you money. I'm bringing these buyers to try to buy your property. Like, hold up. I ain't into that. So, when their house is still on the market 6 months from now, pretty sure I'm going to know why. I had to set up an alert on that one so I can watch it, but yeah, I feel bad for it. It was one of those, I met the sellers just by accident, and I really feel bad for the listing agent. You are earning your money on that one. Thank you very much. Fortunately, the buyers, they were wonderful. We had a blast looking at properties. So that was great. Not everybody sucks. A lot of people suck, but not everybody sucks. It's just the sellers at that one really sucked, and the buyers were really cool. So, I like that. But anyhow, going back over to the Palm Harbor one, it was kind of a meet and greet for a couple of different things. Kind of broker's open house, which was awesome. And it's funny because I ran into some of the same people that I'd seen over at the penthouse, and I was like, hell yeah, this is great. It's so good to see you again. So, I like individuals. Met up with another dude. Going to try and get him on as a podcast guest. I got a bunch of those I need to do if I can work through the technical problem. But anyhow, I hadn't seen him in several months. And I was like, oh, dude, yeah, right. So good to connect, see you. And, talk business, talk shop. Great to connect with him. Going to put him up on the website here shortly. And I like doing those things because I walk away from them feeling energized. Which is strange for me because being an introvert, social events usually tap me. But hanging out with cool people and feeling like, I'm on my mission, I'm in the zone, life is good, that works for me. So, but generally speaking, I don't like people. I really don't. I don't know if I should talk about that or not. Let's see. Yeah, okay, I'll give you couple of quick stories. Condo and HOA stuff. Let me tell you, I've heard some very prize winning conversations over the past little bit here, and yeah, condo and HOA people, not all of them. I'm going to tell you right now, there are some wonderful people that live in condos and HOAs. Some of them are absolutely fantastic. And I can understand the reasoning behind it. I know that I could personally never live in one. Kind of did that when I was in the military because, living on base, that's what it's like. Like it's the worst HOA you could possibly imagine, because think about it. I don't care how bad your HOA is. If you've got grass in the expansion cracks in your driveway, they're going to send you a letter. They are not going to haul you out from work and tell your boss and his boss and his boss and his boss that that's what you're getting called out of work for. And then when you get back to work, the boss is, all the proverbial brown stuff rolls downhill there. So yeah, that one was bad. But condos and HOAs, they got their own crazy stuff. One of the things that comes up, and I really do want to make videos about this just to make it easier on the condo and HOA managers, the stuff that comes up on such a regular basis. It's raining. Well, my roof is leaking. Okay, then you need to get a new roof. Or if you're in a condo, which condos take care of the shell of the building too. Cool story, bro. Thanks for letting me know. We're going to get somebody out there when it stops raining. It doesn't matter how much you kick and scream and cry and cajole and threaten. And man, I have heard some doozies. There's going to be consequences, legal action for this. Look, you ain't getting a roofer out during a lightning storm. I don't care who you are. I don't care. It ain't happening. And yeah, so just understand that not only are these people your neighbors, you're actually in business with them. Condos and HOAs are considered not-for-profit corporations. That's different than a non-profit corporation. But they're still a business, and all of the owners in that community are all in business with each other. Some are cool. Some are stark raving nuts. The worst one I heard about, I had to personally deal with. Enough time has gone by, I can speak a bit more openly about it. Can't remember the community name, but it was a homeowners association, which means you own your house, and everything inside of it. All right, cool, man. Anything happens, you got a roof leak, you're gonna have to call the roofer out to come fix your roof. That's how homeowners associations work. Excuse me. So anything on the inside of your home, that is 100% on you. You can paint that purple and lime green in there, and it ain't nobody's business. Excuse me. Technically, condos are the same way. But the outside association maintains condos, homeowners associations, you maintain the exterior. The homeowner does. And so, okay, there's a nice delineation there. And this community was a homeowners association, so anything on the outside, you still own that too. And the one neighbor was so horrible. Y'all have heard the Karen stories, right? So this was Clark and Karen, two of them, married couple. They were going up with cameras, putting them up to homeowners' windows, taking pictures, and sending it to me as the manager. Can you believe they left their chair out from their dining room table? These people are slobs. We need to foreclose on blah, blah, blah. I'm like, y'all crazy. You don't own that property. How'd you like it if other people were doing that to you? Well, ours is perfect. Then it came out that they were actually recording their neighbors, with a little parabolic microphone thing. They were over there recording conversations from their neighbors and trying to get them in trouble for it. And I'm like, you do that to people in their own home, y'all are going to be lucky to survive a month there. This is Florida. We got gators. We know what to do with them. You screw up a French fry order at Wendy's and we got people who will throw a gator through the window at you. You think you're going to get away with doing that to people inside their house? Mm-hmm. So there are stark raving crazy people every place, but God, condos and HOAs can be the worst. So anyhow, that kind of explains that. I dealt with that too much. Maybe just too much for my own personality too. But I dealt with it too much. And now I'm like, I like individuals. People are nuts.
A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it.
Right? That's I love that line. That is so true. So let's see, what time is it? It's after 7. Guess what, guys? I'm going to get out here. I did my hour-long live stream. And it really doesn't feel like that much of a chore. Just didn't have all that much to talk about tonight. Still managed to do it for an hour. So anyhow, lots of love to you individuals out there. Keep your eyes peeled. Dropping that video tomorrow evening or tomorrow afternoon. And yeah, that's Clearwater. Yeah. Schwanky place. Loved it. And yeah, if you've got real estate questions, hit me up. Let's see. Where am I on this? Oh, God. There we go. Ha.
I didn't think I'd live to see it, but for once they've given us something other than second-rate entertainment.
What's that?
Third-rate entertainment.